What is going on, everybody? First off, you might get a few intros in this video just because there's a bunch of clips that I never posted, and I'm gonna just put them all in one video. You can scrub through the video, find out whatever you want to watch or whatnot. I'm gonna start it off with the driving experience, but first we got to go through a couple things that happened. My first gear is slipping, so that is very bad. So I'm gonna have to steal the shaft off of the I'm gonna have to steal the shaft off with a Super Nitro to throw up here, and the Super Nitro is gonna have to go back to single speed. Also, my gas tank is having a leak, so I am having an issue properly tuning the vehicle. But when I get all those things set, I do believe that this thing is gonna be a great runner. Like I said, she ran through 3 tanks at idle just fine. I had to blip her a couple times, just like everybody else, but it seemed to be very minimal. But when it's going to take off and that gas tank is building pressure, I think it's leaning out my engine, and or she might be having too much fuel because I have to compensate for that leak. So she's bogging out when I go to give her gas. So if you're watching this and you think you got the solution, let me know. But I do have to fix that fuel tank or get a new fuel tank, and I do have to fix that shaft, and that'll get me 2 steps closer to tuning this vehicle properly. Also, I had to just throw this in there right quick because I am having one more issue, and I'm not sure if it's between my servo or my transmitter and receiver. So I am having this issue where every once in a while it just doesn't want to function, and then the servo is starting to jitter, and the car just doesn't want to go. It doesn't want to give gas, it doesn't want to brake, it doesn't want to do anything. So I do have a new transmitter and receiver coming in, so we'll see if that fixes the issue, and if that doesn't, we'll definitely get new servos, and the car should be 100% complete after that. You know, going into rebuilding an old vehicle like this, you know, these are not going to be the best options for you just because they're so old. You know what I mean? I have both original servos in here, so they do definitely have to get swapped out at some point. I just decided to throw that in there, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video. All right, guys, we got 3/4 of the way down on the first tank, and then she cut off. I was rarely blipping her, so that's pretty good to me. Right now we're working on the next tank. I kind of overfilled her because we have that leak in the primer pump, so I kind of overfilled her so that way we can kind of get rid of that leak so I can get her started again. But soon as she starts, she starts. All right, guys, here we go on the second tank. The first tank, we ran 3/4 of the way down before she died out. I rarely blipped her because I was trying to mess with the phone and trying to, you know, get some shorts together. But that's pretty good for me. So we're running her on the second tank now, trying to break her in, take it nice and easy. Just wondering, what's your suggestions? 3 tanks or more? Let me know. So we're just breaking her in. This video is going to be a bunch of clips of a bunch of videos that I got together. I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know what I'm going to be flipping in and out. So this video might be random, so bear with me, guys. Enjoy the video. Even though, like I said, my videos ain't so much for entertainment as much as they are for learning purposes or teaching purposes, or even just for my own knowledge myself. You know, I just make these videos just to have them on hand. So if you get something out of them, good. If you enjoy them, even better. So let's do it, guys. Let's burn this nitro. Oh man, you don't understand how bad I want to rip this right now. I am holding myself back. But guys, as you can see, oh, she's responsive. She's ready. Sadly, I did not bring my Allen key to adjust the 2-speed. So if I got her tightened all the way down, we're just gonna have 1 gear. If I got her stock, she might be shifting early, so I'm not sure yet, but we'll see. Here's tank 2, guys. About 1/4 of the way down. I'm not gonna lie, this thing at idle sips gas or sips fuel, whatever you want to call it, but this thing sips. So I'm thinking this thing is going to have a long run time. she is running extremely rich, guys. So second tank cut out on me about halfway through, so I leaned her out a little bit, and she's back going. I had to run her in a couple circles, not too fast. I didn't even go a quarter of the way with the throttle. I probably went about this fast just to try to clear out that fuel that's building up in the fuel pipe. So what I'm gonna have to do there is I'm gonna have to angle that fuel pipe down. As you can see, it's pretty straight. As a matter of fact, it seems like it's going up towards the front. So it's starting to collect and go back into the fuel tank. So I'm gonna have to get that together. But as long as she's riding and you know, the exhaust is pushing, it'll come right out the exhaust. But if you let her sit too long, it'll build up in the exhaust and go back into the tank. So we're gonna have to get that one together. I forgot my heat gun today. So let's check this out. Cool as a cucumber. That is wild. I don't think I ever had a nitro run this cool. So I'm gonna keep taking my time breaking her in. And as we break her in, you know, as she gets broken in, we're gonna tune her up slowly. Today's video is just gonna be about breaking her in and taking it slow. All right, guys, so we got tank 2 fully done. We actually ran that one all the way out, so we're gonna start up on tank 3. By the ending of tank 2, about halfway, maybe a little bit less than half, I started driving her a little bit, way less than a quarter of throttle, just doing a little bit of circles. That way I could clear out the pipe or whatnot. But other than that, she's doing fine. Them gears are holding up at a super slow speed. So I think we're golden there. So I'm about to fuel her up again, do this third tank, and then after that tank, I think it should be time to start ripping her just a little bit. So let's get into it. By the way, these fuel bottles attached to these fuel spouts. I don't know if they all do, but this particular one does. I had this for years, and I've always done it this way. All right, guys, here she is. This is tank 3. We're gonna do some little runs with her, nothing too serious, just not even a quarter of a throttle. Just trying to keep that exhaust clear so she doesn't back up with old oil, you know what I mean, or old burned fuel, unburned fuel, I should say. So we're just gonna take her easy right now. All right, guys, so a couple tanks in. This is the third tank here. I was doing some rolling braking, and she's starting to act funny now. She's starting to bog out, and she is running rich, but I think my servos are going bad. These are the original servos to this vehicle, and or my transmitter is acting up. I do have a new transmitter coming in. It should be in a week or two. So hopefully that clears my issue, and if that doesn't, then I'll get some new servos. But for now, we're gonna have to run her like this, and hopefully she don't bug out anymore. So what I did notice is that my throttle servo is not responding all the time, or it'll start glitching. So I'm gonna have to take care of that. All right, guys, third tank is down, so we should be ready to start ripping it a little bit. Which by the end of the tank, I tried to rip it somewhat, and I do believe that the shaft on the 2-speed is still slipping. So I'm gonna have to figure out something for that. But for the next tank, I will show you guys why I think it's slipping and the sound it makes to let you know that that shaft is slipping. All right, so let me Let me fuel back up. We'll let her cool down a bit, and then let me fuel back up, and then I'll get back into it. All right, guys, I got her started, so I'm gonna post you guys up. Hopefully you guys can see. I'm gonna be pointing a little bit up to the sky because I got you on the hood of the car, but hopefully that's enough. All right, let's get it. So it ain't gonna be nothing too serious. She would cut off. All right, guys, this is pretty much gonna suck. I'm gonna have to hold the camera with one hand. I have no way to post it up at the moment. I'll try to figure that out, but let's get one quick run. This is the 4th fuel tank. We're gonna do about maybe half a tank, maybe. All right, guys, so she's not tuned yet, but I got her going. I'm gonna post you up somewhere. Hopefully I can get a good video of her going. Let me see if I can post you guys up and try to keep you in view. Hopefully that's good. And let's see what we can do, guys. I'm gonna just try to hit the 2-speed, nothing too serious here. Oh, cut off, so definitely got to do some tuning there. All right, guys, there she goes. She started up. This is the 3rd tank. It took me about half a tank, maybe 3/4 of a tank just to get her to go. So let's see if she still bogs out. First gear is slipping very bad. She's still bogging out, so we still gotta tune her up a bit. So let's see if this works. All right. Leaned her out a bit on the main needle. You hear that? That was the shaft slipping. I'm gonna go show you right now. My gears are still meshing. Nothing is broken, but the shaft is slipping. So I'm guessing that was the issue with the original 2-speed that was in here. When I told you guys that it kept slipping, I'm guessing with the original 2-speed, it kept slipping straight into 2nd. And then with this one here, I do think I have the black spring in here, so it can't switch into 2nd to keep going. I'm not sure how tight I have it at the moment, but we're gonna have to figure that out. But this is proof of concept that you can put a RS4 3 2-speed on an RS4 2. So when I get home, I'm gonna disassemble this, put this 2-speed back in RS4 3, put the original 2-speed back in here. I might not put it in yet. I gotta figure something out about that shaft because that is not good. Slipping shaft, guys, slipping shaft. Can't even test the car the way I wanted to, but as you can see, she does drive. Hear that shaft? Let me show you that it is not any stripped gears. These gears are meshing just fine. So this shaft is slipping. So I'm gonna have to steal the shaft off of the Super Nitro. Even though I wanted to make it 2-speed, it is what it is. So there you go. There you go. Now you know though, the RS4 3 spur and bell works on the RS4 2. You just gotta do a little bit of modifying. See how far I pushed up that engine? I had to use a smaller flywheel because like you're literally right up against that shaft. You're right next to it. Also, turn the vehicle over here. Can't even tell, but you're basically touching over here. So you have almost no more forward movement to do this modification. So if this is what you want to do, look forward to that, guys.